Hello everybody, welcome back to Mark's Beer Reviews. Today we've got a beer from a brewery that's going through a strange little period at the moment. It is a Tiny Rebel with their beer, Pineapple Express. Well, it's Pineapple Express IPA actually. This is a 440 can, bought from Sainsburys, and I paid £3.50 for it. And this is defined, it's a 6.2% ABV beer, and it's defined as a pineapple IPA. As many of you know on the channel now, I'm not really that bothered about adjunct beers. I find them sometimes quite offensive to taste. I don't enjoy them, I don't see the need for them, and I think certainly in some IPA sort of cases, IPA and pale cases, with certain types of breweries, they can be a bit of a, well, these breweries think sometimes they're a bit of a cheat code, when in fact actually they're not. It's that they can be quite poor, or really poor sometimes. Tiny Rebel then, I don't know if you saw the press release, probably getting on for 2 weeks now, 2 weeks ago now, where they released, what did they release? It was 4 beers, wasn't it? Was it a Barocca beer, a protein shake beer, like an energy drink beer that looks very close to Red Bull on the can, dangerously close actually, and there was another one. Go and find it if you sort of search, I don't know, Tiny Rebel energy beer or something, it will come up. As of late, I mean, I've had a few Tiny Rebel beers recently. I had that 505 New England, was it New England Pale or whatever it was? That was kind of average, didn't blow the doors off. What else have I had from Tiny Rebel? I had one of their porters, one of the Stay Puft porters. I can't remember which one it was. That was all right. I struggle with Tiny Rebel a little bit, if I'm honest. I just find that every beer they just seem to throw an adjunct in there, and I'm not really too keen. But this was requested by a subscriber of mine called Craig Fisher. Hello mate. Me and Craig have talked quite a lot on Instagram recently, and he said, I'd really be interested if you would have a look at this beer. And I literally had it on the shelf in the fridge, cooling, ready to review over the coming days. So boom, here we are. Right, originally this beer was a Polly's collaborative beer. So obviously both Tiny Rebel and Polly's both being Welsh breweries, and they used to have a Polly's logo there. But obviously now it's solely brewed by Tiny Rebel, or Tiny Rebel are taking it over. Let's get it open then and into a can. Boom, there we go. Bit of smoke on the can opening. Let's have a little look then, see what we get. I haven't had a look at the ingredients on this can. If they've defined it as a pineapple IPA, I imagine it's going to have some sort of pineapple puree or something like that, and it could even be fresh pineapple. I don't know. So, in the glass, that looks banging in the glass. There's a little bit of sediment in there, I don't know if you're picking that up. And it looks great. It's a hazy, straw-coloured beer with a half-finger white head. That's probably going to dissipate, especially if there's some sort of adjunct in here. Let's get a nose then. Okay. I just had to check if it was defined as a pineapple milkshake IPA, because it smells very similar to the Black Sheep pineapple milkshake IPA that's in Morrison's. Definitely picking up some sort of lactosey. Firstly, it's sweet pineapple, but there's definitely a lactosey background in there. It's just sweet pineapple, really sweet pineapple, almost like what you'd find on top of like a tart or a cheesecake or something. It's certainly not fresh pineapple, it's certainly the sweeter variety. So it could be like pineapple puree. There's something in the background there, I don't know what it is. I'm not really picking up anything else, but this, in terms of like hop, not really picking up any hop character, no maltiness. But there is that lactosey background in there. I didn't like the Black Sheep Pineapple IPA. I'm hoping that I can like this. I don't go into any of my beer reviews with this prejudged thing. I'm just judging what's in the glass. Right, let's go in then. Hmm. Right. It's not overly carbonated, as you would expect. It didn't look carbonated in the glass. There's this, and it is an artificial taste. There's this artificial pineapple taste that runs right through the beer, and it goes bitter at the end, and it stops you from picking up anything else in the beer. I'm just not getting anything else. Maybe a bit of hot pininess. Certainly getting some lactose. No. It's got that. It's got the same twang to it as what that 505 beer had. I don't drink a lot of Tiny Rebel beer, so I don't know if they've got this specific twang to them, like Brewdog and like all the big brewers have got. There's really not much to say about this. There's no malt character. There's no real hoppiness to pick apart or find. It's just this bitter, this weird pineapple lactosey mix that runs right through the beer and tails off really bitter. The mouth feels soft. The mouth feels good actually. It's just that weird bitterness at the end. What is that? Right, I'm gonna have a look at the back of the can just to see what the hell I put in this, because this isn't an untouched beer. Water, malted barley, malted wheat, pineapple juice, hops and yeast. So there is no lactose in there or pineapple juice. Yeah, I don't like that at all. This is my problem with adjunct beers. That was £3.50 at the supermarket. When stuff like the Northern Monk double dry hopped IPAs and stuff at 7% that are cracking, they're on the shelf for the same money. The Vocation Roll with it, when bought as a 4-pack, was £2 a can for the same size. And this is my problem with adjunct beers. I just find that I'm getting nothing out of this beer apart from the pineapple juice, this weird bitter pineapple thing that runs right through. I thought I was going to be a lactose, God knows what that is in there. I don't know. But all of that just masks the beer. So they can use the cheapest ingredients, the cheapest hops, the cheapest malt, cheap everything. They can do what they want to the water. And they can just stick a good squirt of, in this case, pineapple juice in there, and then that just dominates the flavour in a bad way. That was really not enjoyable at all. I'd be very surprised if the Tiny Rebel brewer tasted that and thought, yeah, that's the sort of masterpiece that we should be kicking out. Because Tiny Rebel used to do some good beers, and I've had nothing that I'd say was good from Tiny Rebel recently. That 505 was all right. That Stay Puft Porter, I can't remember which one. It could have been the marshmallow one. That was all right. And this is just raw. This is just not for me. I think this is a really poor showing from Tiny Rebel, and for £3.50 on the supermarket shelf, when you consider other things at that price, I think it's bordering on for a rip-off, really. That's just nowhere near it. Nowhere near it at all. What does the can say? Probably nothing much. It's vegan, 6.2%. I don't know. This is my thing with Tiny Rebel, and I think this theory is backed up by what they released a couple of weeks ago with these beers. They're just gimmicky now. I think they've really gone. They've adopted this brew doggy thing, and it's almost like they're taking themselves too serious. I don't know what it is. It's not fun. Like that isn't fun. I mean, that's just not fun. If it's meant to be fun, they've missed the point. And I like to have fun. I'm a fun guy, like a mushroom. But no, it's I like to have a good time. I just don't find that fun. That is just. It says about, oh, here we go. Look, I didn't see this because it's all in with the art. Nose pineapple, eye pale. Yep. Taste pineapple grapefruit. I did say there was something bitter in there, but I certainly wouldn't have called it grapefruit. Nah, not for me. I don't know what you're doing, Tiny Rebel, at the moment. People, there's a few more people online, like blogging and stuff whose opinions I respect, and everyone's kind of saying the same. They don't know what's happening at the moment with Tiny Rebel. And that's just poor. That is really poor from Tiny Rebel. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't see what you're trying to do with it. I really, really don't. I think that's probably on par. That's on par with that Brewdog Hopaloni, Chocoloni, Popoloni thing that they brewed with Tony's Chocolate in Amsterdam, is it? I'd be surprised if this is the same beer that Polly's put their name on. I'd be really surprised. I never had sort of version 1 of this, but I can't imagine Polly's sticking their name on that. I think that's probably a beer that they've, if I'm going to guess, and I could be wrong, that's a beer that they've built a reputation on with Polly's, and then they've kicked Polly's off the can, or the deal came to the end, or something's happened to the point where Polly's aren't on the can anymore, and they've gone, you know what, let's rehash it cheaply, most probably, that's my guess, and stick it on the supermarket shelves. And make people believe that this is craft beer. Miles off, absolutely miles off. Is it worth a go? Some people might like it. Yeah, it's just not my taste. It's almost got a. I said it on a stream recently about the Black Sheep beer. It's almost got this like I don't know. Sick taste to it. It's really not aroma, smell. It's got, I don't know, it's not very. It's just boring, absolutely boring, and even the bits that are. Even the tastes that are kind of trying to be interesting in there just aren't interesting. They're just poor. Tiny Rebel, I think that's a shocker from you guys, if I'm honest. Like I say, I've had a few of your beers 3-4 years ago. I don't know if I said it actually. I say like I said, I don't think I said it. I've had a few of your beers 3-4 years ago now that a friend bought, and we shared a couple of cans together, and I quite liked them. But recently, I don't know what you're up to. And with this Barocca beer, this, what was it? Barocca protein shake. It was Red Bull. It was a Red Bull energy beer. I mean, I don't know how they're going to get away with it. Like copyright-wise. I just don't know where those beers, I don't know what you're trying to do. Maybe you're not aimed at me. That's fine. But I did not enjoy that at all. I'm going to give that a 1.5 out of 5. I think I don't know if I've that's probably one of the, apart from the Hopaloni, that's one of the worst beers I've had off the supermarket shelves the past 12 months. There you go, 1.5 out of 5 on Mark's Beer Reviews. Let me know if you've had this. Get in the comments, let me know if you've had this. Yeah, I don't know. And let me know if I tell you what would be interesting actually. Did you ever have version 1 of this? When these guys had something to do with it? Because I can't imagine they'd be putting their name on something this poor. Because Polly's, I mean, nearly everything I have of Polly's is just absolutely delicious. Much better than this. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you can, guys. We're fast approaching 200, which is insane. Thank you for all your support. And feel free to DM me on Instagram if there's a beer that you want me to try, or if there's a beer that you think I should try, or maybe have just even a bit of chit chat. I'm all for it. yeah, thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.